Before you call someone sister, ask yourself, could she ever sleep with your husband? What would you do if the person you trusted most broke you in the most unimaginable way? They say time reveals everything. That's true. But sometimes, the truth doesn't come gently. It crashes in like a thunderstorm and leaves your soul in shreds. My name is Isioma, and this is the story of how my world fell apart at the hands of the two people I trusted the most, my husband and my best friend. It's easy to talk about betrayal in the abstract, to read stories about cheating, and shake your head from a distance. But when it happens to you, when it's your bed, your home, your heart being ripped open, it changes something in you forever. This story isn't just about cheating. It's about pain, shame, and the cruel irony of forgiveness. It was a Sunday morning when I received the call. The kind of call that doesn't come with a warning. I was cooking egusi soup in the kitchen, still wearing my satin bonnet and old wrapper, humming a gospel tune, when my phone buzzed. Private number. I rarely pick such calls, but something told me to answer. Hello, I said, wiping my palm on a kitchen napkin. There was silence. Then, a soft female voice, shaky, familiar, and soaked in guilt. Isioma, it's me, Kamsi. Kamsi, my best friend of over 12 years. The one who stood beside me at my wedding. The one who helped me plan our baby shower. The one I called my sister. Hey, Kamsi, are you okay? More silence. Then she said the words that changed everything. I need to tell you something before you hear it from someone else. I slept with Chuka. I felt like the walls of my kitchen collapsed on me. My knees buckled. The phone nearly fell from my hand. What? What did you just say? I whispered. I'm so sorry.
It was a mistake.
It happened twice. I hate myself. I just couldn't keep it inside anymore. I had to tell you.
Twice.
Not once.
Twice.
Chuka and I had been married for 7 years. We weren't perfect, but I believed we had something strong. We had a 6-year-old son, Uche. We had dreams, plans, a mortgage we were paying together. And Kamsi? She was my rock. We met in university and had been inseparable ever since. She knew everything about me. My secrets. My weaknesses. Even the things I never told Chuka. If someone had told me that she, of all people, could betray me, I would have laughed. But betrayal never comes from your enemies. It always comes from the ones you let into your heart. I didn't cry immediately. I was too shocked for tears. I ended the call without another word and sat on the cold kitchen floor. It felt like my soul had left my body. That evening, when Chuka returned from his supposed meeting, I was waiting for him. Welcome, I said. My voice was calm. Too calm. He sensed something was off. You didn't go to church? He asked.
No.
He began to take off his shoes, but I stopped him with one question. Did you sleep with Kamsi? His hands froze. His face changed. He didn't answer. Did you sleep
with
her? I repeated. Then he did something that made my skin crawl. He started crying. Isioma, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. It just happened. I was weak. I laughed. I actually laughed. You were weak? And what was she? Your rehab. He fell to his knees, begging, confessing, stammering. I listened to every word, numb. The man I built a life with betrayed me. With my best friend. The next few days were blurry. I didn't go to work. I couldn't eat. My mother came over, and I broke down in her arms like a child. How could Kamsi do this to me? I kept asking. My mom didn't have answers. Just prayers and tears. I received a long text from Kamsi. She begged for forgiveness. She called it a moment of confusion. She said she hated herself and hoped we could rebuild our sisterhood. Sisterhood? You sleep with my husband, then talk about rebuilding sisterhood? I deleted the message. People kept telling me to forgive Chuka. For the sake of our son. For the sake of our home. But how do you sleep next to someone whose touch now feels like a lie? How do you smile at a man who held another woman, and not just any woman, but your best friend? I went to see a counselor. I needed clarity. She betrayed you as a sister. He betrayed you as a partner, the therapist said. You have every right to feel broken. But what she said next stayed with me. Forgiveness isn't always about taking people back. Sometimes, it's about freeing yourself from the chains of their actions. 3 weeks later, Kamsi asked to meet in person. Against my better judgment, I agreed. I needed to look her in the eye. We met at a quiet cafe. She looked pale, eyes swollen from crying. She didn't speak for a while. Then she whispered, I don't know what I was thinking, Isi. I swear I never planned it. I was lonely, vulnerable. Chuka said things. I don't know why I let it happen. I stared at her, saying nothing. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just needed you to hear it from me. I hate myself. I finally spoke. You didn't just sleep with my husband, Kamsi. You slept with my trust, my loyalty, my friendship. Tears streamed down her face. I understand, she said, but I just wanted to say sorry. I stood up, picked my bag. You don't need my forgiveness. You need to forgive yourself. As for me, there's no sisterhood to rebuild. You buried that the moment you entered my home and broke it from within. And I walked away. I didn't take Chuka back. Not because I hate him, but because love alone isn't enough to build a home. Without trust, love becomes poison. He moved out. We co-parent, but that's it. As for Kamsi, she sent one final message months later. Thank you for hearing me that day. I hope life gives you peace again. I never replied. But in time, I did find peace. I found it in therapy. I found it in prayer. I found it in solitude. I found it in my son's laughter. They say forgiveness is divine. I say forgiveness is personal. I don't hate Chuka or Kamsi anymore. I no longer cry when I think of what they did. But I learned a hard truth. Just because someone is sorry doesn't mean they deserve access to you again. So, to every woman out there reading this, if betrayal ever knocks on your door wearing a familiar face, don't question your worth. Let it be the fire that forges your strength.